So I've already talked about the Community Hub. The Community Hub being the public face that addresses the gateway or the handshake coming in from Bury New Road, which is the building to the south of the plan. And how that starts to set up a relationship with the village square. So inside of that building, we may have an NHS centre, we may have co-working space, we may have cafes and social space, multi-purpose studios. The opportunities really as a community focus are endless, and over the course of the consultation, both tonight and from last weekend and moving forwards, we're here to listen to what you think and what are you passionate about, what would you like to see in those buildings, and that will start to shape and inform how those buildings start to manifest and move forwards into more detailed design, because at this moment in time they are very flexible and they can be shaped and informed as we move through this design process. Next slide. This slide starts to show an illustration of what the buildings could look like. I'm always a bit hesitant to show images of actual built form because people can get drawn into the detail. I much prefer to show the illustrations that Lindsay took you through earlier, which is freehand drawn sketches that are more about the place, more about the pedestrian experience, the public experience of the landscape and the spaces around the buildings rather than the buildings themselves. However, what we're starting to show here is the opportunity for a brick vernacular. So starting to look at obviously the brick that exists in and around Prestwich. The brick tone that we're using here isn't necessarily correct, but what it does start to show is the depth of relief, the quality of the architecture, some of the brick detailing. The image on the top left is actually the image on the top left, which is of the metalwork, the copperish metalwork. There's an opportunity there to use metalwork to bring in motifs, emblems, things that are important to Prestwich, to actually build a character into the architecture, a character into the facades, to make them uniquely Prestwich. We don't want to design buildings that feel like they don't respond to the character, they have no place. We want to design buildings and bring forward buildings that feel rooted in the character of Prestwich. And as a key design principle, once we get stuck into the detail, of which we're quite a long way off, that will be one of the first principles. How do we make these uniquely fitting to the character of Prestwich?